Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of the $5 Thrift Challenge, where I took a $5 bill straight to the Goodwill. I thrifted a few items and I have been constantly reselling them and then buying more things and doing that over and over again until we've gotten to the point where I am now, where I'm at over $700 of profit from just starting with that single $5 bill. So if you think that you can't afford to start a reselling business, this video series for you, because you really can. All you have to do is use one investment and you can really snowball your profits to make good money. And I show you exactly how I do that in these videos. Let's recap. We're in episode 7. The last time I saw you guys, we ended the last episode with $705.96 in our challenge bank. But since the last episode, we've sold 2 more items from the $5 thrift challenge. So the first thing that sold was the Faithful the brand dress. I think I found this maybe in even episode 2 of this challenge, and this sold for $84.99 on eBay, and I'm sending that out today. So I will update the screen with how much money we make after the shipping costs, because this sold on eBay, and so that money will be added into the challenge bank. And then I also sold this Nuovo Capodimonte, this really cool Italian porcelain nativity scene, super cute. I found this in the last video when I went to the bargain box in Hicksville, Ohio. It sold for $45 on Poshmark, leaving us with $36 of profit heading into the challenge bank. So we're sitting at a good amount of profit today. The challenge bank is feeling pretty full. And right now I'm at Jeremy's mom's house. If you guys missed last episode, we're in the middle of a move. We're going in between our different parents' houses while we're waiting to close on our house in Detroit metro area. So today I'm heading from Bremen area to Fort Wayne area. So I need to go and ship some things, but I will take you guys with me. We're gonna stop at a Goodwill along the way. But we're gonna stop at a Goodwill along the way, one I used to love to frequent when I was visiting Jeremy when we were still dating, like 8 years ago. So it should be fun, but I'll take you guys with me. Let's head to the thrift store. Okay, so we just made it here to the Goodwill in Warsaw, Indiana. And I used to stop at this Goodwill all the time and I loved it, but that was back before I was reselling. So let's see if it holds up. I think I've been here maybe once or twice since I started reselling about 5 years ago. And in that time, I definitely have found some vintage Doc Martens here. So it's worth a look for sure while we're in the area. And I do want to address this too. I totally forgot about this. I got a haircut yesterday. I loved the length that my hair finally got to after the butcher of a chop I had, but the layers were really wonky at the end of my hair and it was like 3 inches longer in the back than in the front. It was a whole mess. So I needed to get a haircut, but I'm really liking this kind of like French bob look that I've got going on. So hopefully it looks cute. There's not much I can do about it now. We've got a full free day ahead of us. So let's go enjoy ourselves in the thrift store, right? Have I filmed in this thrift store before? No, have not. So it's bound to be embarrassing, but I'll do it for you guys. Let's go do it together, okay? Okay, so I've decided to start in the shoe section. I love shoes normally, and so I'm always on the hunt. You guys know that shoes didn't really do the best for me, especially in this challenge. These are Fabletics. They're not marked, so there must be straight sizing. Looks like ladies are $5.99. Adult flip-flops and slippers are $2.99, and boots are $9.99. But, ooh, okay. Here we go. $12.99. These are marked up, but these are really cute little heels from Eileen Fisher. Love Eileen Fisher shoes, especially. And I think for $12.99, they're probably still worth grabbing. So I'm going to put those in the cart for now. Let's see if we can find anything else, though. Why don't I just show you what I'm seeing? So we're seeing a lot of just like run-of-the-mill stuff. Here's Kelly and Katie, Jessica Simpson, Kambu, just a lot of things that you would find. Like here's Target, A New Day, Universal Thread, A New Day. So a lot of like Target and things like that, which I see at all the thrift stores. But I'll keep on looking for little, hidden gems. Here's another pair of Clarks, $10 here. $2 at the bargain box though. Ayo, am I right? If you guys saw last week's episode, you'll have seen the bargain box shenanigans I got up to. That was really fun. Really cheap too. Love to see that, but we're gonna not be experiencing those prices pretty much anywhere else. Style & Co. Especially, I don't like to pay up for shoes, especially when, they're not necessarily the best quality. So I'm really just double checking to make sure I'm not missing anything special hidden amongst these. But I'll let you guys know if I find another pair hidden in here. Okay, so over here, I saw these. I thought these were kind of cute. These little kind of snake skinny type loafers. These are from Stuart Weitzman, but I was looking and I do think that they're totally worth it to buy for yourself. These are $9.99. But then I was looking on eBay at comps, and so I found a pair that was just like it that sold for $35. So it could be worth it. They're $9.99, but I might just leave them here behind. They're size 8.5, so maybe I'll put them in the cart though to think about, because they are really nice. The next to them is a pair of fake Rothy's, which is always a good time, always fun. Love to see a fake everything. Just kidding, I really don't. It's really annoying. I also found this pair of little Golas right here, which are pretty cute, but $6.99. I'm gonna look these up as well. And I do think a lot of people have been asking me, like, how do you look up things? It's quite simple, actually. I will go to eBay and I will just type in exactly what I found. So these are what? Gola sneakers. So I'll type in Gola women's sneakers. And then at the top left, I'll go to filter, and then I'll filter by the sold. So that way I get a good idea of what things actually sell for, because listing price is so different from what actually sells, you know? So it looks like this first pair of these Gola sneakers sold for $65, another pair for $10, $31, $38, $80, $60, $65. So honestly, those might be worth grabbing for $6.99. Oh, there's a second pair right here too. Oh, these ones aren't marked, so those are probably even more worth it. These ones are cute, actually. I don't know, I've never sold Golas before. Usually they get marked up, but my thrift stores are near me where I used to live, so could be worth it. I don't know, what do you guys think? I'll put both pairs in my cart at least, and then we'll go from there. So I don't normally pick these up. I've only find them occasionally, but these are an interesting pattern. These are called Seavees, S-E-A-V-E-E-S, and these are unmarked, so what, they're $5.99. I really don't think they'll sell more for than like $20, $25, but they literally are in like brand new condition. And these are called, let's see, the Legend Sneakers Hoffman Poplin Twill, and they're a size women's 11, so that's a great size though. And they're kind of fun, kind of cute, so maybe, again, I'll put them in the cart and think about. This is my toxic trait. I put everything in the cart to think about, and then later on I have a full cart of things I have to think about, and that's the part that I hate, is like sorting the cart. But, you know, it could be worse. I'm here by myself, so really I have no one else to like stump by all of my decisions, so just you guys. Could be worse. Put them in the cart. So they're playing ABBA in here, which is a great sign. Love that for us. But I just saw these little heels, and these are really cute. And these are Donald Pliner. Ooh, Donald. Ooh. These are Donald Pliner, Donald J. Pliner, but these look like a newer style from them. Size 8, and they're unmarked. So those are a hard yes. Really cute too. I think they're size 8.5 or so. 8? 8. But those are definite get for maybe $5.99 or so. Gosh, I could really rock out to Waterloo right now from ABBA. Love that. Okay, so I just saw these poking out. These look very interesting. So I was like, you know, interesting and weird. Weird is good. Ugh. So I grabbed these. These are so interesting looking. Like weird, kind of wonky edges. $12.99. But I was like, okay, let's look these up. It says MMY Blakey inside. Shut up. These are probably the best thing I found yet today. But do I hate it when this happens? So they're marked on the bottom. Makes sense. But then somebody kind of missed with their Sharpie on the front, so I'm going to have to get that off. But comps for these were amazing. Like, a lot of them were listed or selling for around over $100. So that's really good. I'm going to have to do a little cleanup on those, but those are really cool. So very excited that I stopped in the shoe section first. There's so many cool things here. So definitely finding a lot of goodies, but that is the best thing I've found for sure. So I'm looking through the purse section, and I'm really not finding much to resell. There's quite a few Steve Madden bags, which honestly don't really resell very well at all. But if you were looking for one for yourself, like this one over here, it's $10. Pretty good size. And there's some other Steve Maddens in here that are much more expensive, as well as tons of Vera Bradley marked up literally to the sky, like $30 for Vera Bradley. Like, I can't even get that if I sell it online. So I think that is insane to ask for. But what is this? Dan Skin, $6.99. So there's just not like anything that I'm interested in really. There's a couple different like maybe like fossil bags that could be interesting, but I'd need to look up every single one. So I think I'm gonna just, you know, take a break from the purses, and maybe we'll go over to the dress section. But I did find this Kate Spade bag, which is very interesting and looks very vintage looking. Oh, this is cool. What is this? Shut the front door. How did I miss this? Let's see how much you are. Literally, how did I miss you? How did I miss you? Okay, Dooney, let's look at you. See how much they want. That's the key here. Please be cheap, please be cheap, please be cheap. 20 bucks. Honestly though, 20 bucks for a Dooney and Brick bag is not bad. It has a little bit of marks on the front. I wonder if I can get those off. This patent leather is really cute. It's pink. Oh my, let's put her in the cart at least. Oh yeah, since I last saw you, they were putting out some new shoes, and I'm not allowed to grab anything in their carts is what I learned. I asked before I did, thankfully. I did see this pair of Doc Martens come out. These are also $20. So there is a lot of things that are marked up here, but I don't know. They're canvas though and not real leather. So I probably won't end up getting them, especially for 20 bucks. But what would you guys do? For 20 bucks, would you grab these? I feel like they might only sell for 35 to 40. So if that's the case, definitely no. So, but this Dooney has more potential, I would say, than the Doc Martens. So, geez, my whole cart is full of shoes and I have one purse. So, whew, it's been good so far. You can hear the excitement in my voice probably. But dang, if I missed that, what else did I miss? Not feeling too confident about my searching abilities at the moment. Maybe I'll do one more once through the purses. I'm gonna look through the dresses, but while we're here, I'm also gonna chat to you guys because I think that it is super important to talk about what I'm supporting by doing what I do, right? Like, I am a reseller, and some people hate that. They really do. And they say atrocious things to me and other people in this community. And I want to address that real quick because right here on the other side over here, there's a window where you can look into the business center of Goodwill and see what they are supporting with their business. Like, when you shop at Goodwill, you support their work by shopping at Goodwill. The money that you give them, they use to help people. And I mean, they're not a perfect business. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that. But the point of Goodwill is to help people, not through offering clothes for cheap, but by using the money that they make from selling those clothes that are donated to them to help people. So when I shop at Goodwill, doesn't matter what I do with the pieces, the money I give them is what's helping people, not actually the ability to look for clothes itself. And I think people get that confused oftentimes, and they say, oh, you're stealing from the poor, when literally when you shop at Goodwill, you're helping people. And there's also so much to go around. I find that people that don't understand that just don't understand the climate too that we're in, where literally there is so much waste. This is a full store in the middle of nowhere in Indiana. There's so many thrift stores. There's so many thousands of pounds of waste, probably just from this single store, from every single store across America. It's insane. There's so much to go around. It's not even funny. So hopefully that gives you some confidence too, that when you're doing this, when you are thrifting, when you are using secondhand, you're doing the planet a huge favor. And also you don't need to feel embarrassed, because literally every business is reselling something. They're buying something cheap and trying to sell it for more. There's nothing wrong with doing that at all. And when I'm here, I'm not like buying out the entire store. I'm buying a few select pieces. I'm not going crazy and stealing things from people's carts. I would say I'm quite actually generous and kind when I'm here. And also at the Goodwills that I normally go to, I am friends with all of the workers there and the managers. They know me, they love me. I know about their kids. They show me pictures of them. I wanted to address that because I feel like some people so misunderstand what it is I'm doing. Like, I'm literally just made a business and working for my business, right? So, I don't know. Does that resonate with anyone? Hopefully it does. But sometimes I just get so frustrated. But I'm gonna keep looking through the dress section, see if I find anything. I'm not seeing anything so far. Just kidding. Never have I ever in the wild. Are you joking me right now? For $6.99? What is happening? I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I'm not mad at it. Shut up. Let's put that in the cart. This is super unusual, but there's a fitting room in here, which I hardly ever find anymore, unfortunately. But I want to show you guys quickly the things that I found that I'm thinking about right now. So we have this Cloth and Stone Anthropology top, but it is marked up. It's $8.99. Also, I think I happen to be here on a half-off day for seniors, and it's not often that I wish to be older than I am, except for perhaps today with a pair of Doc Martens in the cart that are 20 bucks, you know. I did find this Packed piece, and Packed usually sells really quickly for me. This is an organic cotton. It's a cardigan, $6.99. I'm kind of leaning towards a yes on that one. We have this little Abercrombie oh, there's some stains. Okay, Abercrombie, you're a no. I'm thinking a no to that Cloth and Stone one too, because even though I like Cloth and Stone and I like selling it, it's bread and butter for me. It probably will only sell for like not even that, probably 20 bucks is my guess. But then I did find this Eileen Fisher piece, which is really nice. And it's a size extra large. It's this purple linen top. I'm very excited about this find. And what this is, I believe, yeah, it's 100% Irish linen. So that's pretty exciting. And it's also $6.99. I have found that most prices here are $6.99. So this is a really cool vintage dress. And I really like the collar on it. I think it's gorgeous. But I'm not as in love with it as I am with some of the other pieces I found. So I think we'll put her on the maybes or no's. But I thought this was really cute. This is real leather. This vest that I found over there has some like lace detailing on top of the leather. It's really cool. Size small, vintage brand. I don't know, I'm kind of leaning towards yes on this. $4.99 real leather. I think that's pretty cool. So that's in the maybe pile. And I found this Mountain Hardwear women's extra large. Looks like a base layer, but it has a hood as well. But I do like to sell that brand. I don't know if I looked at the price on this. And a Shocking Turn Events, also $6.99. That's a maybe. I have two of these different blouses right here. These are both from the brand Figura. I'm sure I'm butchering that. Figura and Flower. This one's embroidered, that one's not. I saw some comps for like 20-ish bucks or so, 25, $6.99. I could lot them together, but I don't know, I'm not super excited about them. They are the same size though, because of that there, I think. Oh, I forgot I found this. This is beautiful. The thing about the flax pieces I found a ton of them in episode 2 or 3 of this challenge. And y'all, none of them have sold, which I'm shocked by, because I love selling this brand. It might just be more summery folly, but this one looks more like a winter flax piece to me. Beautiful condition. It does have a little mark I just saw over here. It looks like it might be makeup though, so I think I can get that out. For $6.99 and in a size 1X, and because it is also, what is this, linen? And yeah, also 100% linen, I'm gonna grab it. I think I will regret not grabbing it, so put that in the yes pile. Then I've got this new Tags Lucky brand dress in this kind of wintry print. I'm gonna do a reverse image search of that one, not sure about that one. This little pure gel thing, I'm thinking is a no for $6.99, but if this was just for like me or for somebody I knew, I'd totally grab that for somebody because that is really cute and really nice. This Gap sweater I think is really cute. I don't think it's vintage. But I don't know why, but these Gap sweaters are really having a resurgence right now, so I'm gonna have to look that one up as well. I have two Jade Gel 2X dresses, which it's a great size. I have this little dress that I need to look a little bit more into, and then the last piece over here is this little 2-piece set. Actually, it might just be built in. Yeah, I think it's built in, where it's, I would say, almost like a creamish yellowy color. It's from Sag Harbor. And it is a mixture of a lot of different fabrics, but there's 9% Angora rabbit hair and 3% cashmere in it. And I thought it was kind of cute. It's a size small, this little cardigan, and then there's all these little beading all along the edges of the hems, which I think is kind of cute and fun. So I think I'll look up some comps of what I think it could go for. But I do think it's really cute and really Y2K, which is really popular right now, which is something I would definitely put in the keywords. So I'll do a little bit of research, but I think that's all the time I have at this thrift store today. So I'll show you guys everything I got when we get back home. And we're back in my childhood bedroom, sans neon grate sponge paint, as you guys learned last week. It is now a neutral and very Amish themed by the pictures on the wall. Warsaw? Okay, I see you, Goodwill. I see you. I actually spent $110.62 there. That was such a good trip. I found so many amazing pieces that should really resell for great money. And there was so much more there. Absolutely insane. As I was checking out, I have to share. Well, we'll get there in a second. I spent $110.62, and that brings our challenge bank to $703.94. So basically we started and ended the episode with almost the exact same amount of money. So that's not bad. That means like that we are selling enough things to keep this thing rolling. And I spent a good amount of money today, but we have lots of profit in the works. So I feel good about that. 700 bucks, that's amazing. Very pleased. Now, what I wanted to share, as I was checking out, like I was getting ready to leave, I had been at this Goodwill for probably a good 3 hours. And apparently they had run out new things while I was not near the place they were putting them or something. And then I saw a lady with a blow mold Joseph and Mary in her cart. And y'all, I almost cried. I was like, are you joking? If those would have been there at any point in the day I was there and I had seen them, I would have grabbed them. Blow molds, I don't know if you guys know about blow molds. They resell for tons of money, but I've been wanting a blow mold nativity set for a long time, and they were $9.99. They resell usually for like $100 each. I cannot. It was such a good moment for her. I was so happy for her. Was I jealous? 1000%. Okay. Did I listen to Defying Gravity twice before starting filming this video to really psych myself up? Yes, and it was everything. So now let's jump into the video. How do you guys feel about it? Okay, can we talk about this dress I found? I was having a real serious chat with you guys in the dress section, and then, okay, I have never found a Reformation dress at the thrift store. I never have. I literally see other people finding Reformation pants or anything all the time, and I'm like, it's just not me. It's just not my life. And then I happened upon this little cutie pie polka dot dress, and it was revolutionary to me. It was life-changing. It has this cute little ruching on the sleeve, a little bit of a puff to it, and it has a keyhole neckline in the back. It's so cute. And that is a Reformation tag, my friends. Oh my gosh, am I so jazzed? I really am. It's a lined skirt, super cute. If you guys don't know Reformation, it's super expensive. This dress probably retailed for $200, maybe more. It's a size 4. It's 100% viscose, and it does have an extra button down here, so that's interesting. It was only $6.99. I feel like literally every piece of clothing there was $6.99. I don't know why, but it was. But I mean, I should look up comps. I didn't even look up comps. I was like, there's no way I lose money on this, and it's such an exciting find for me to share with you guys. But I would assume I can resell it for at least $50. I would be shocked if it was lower than that. Is that not just so precious, so cute? What a find. Reformation in the middle of nowhere. I love that for us. For $6.99, heck freaking yeah. We love. Then I was talking about how I haven't sold any of my flax pieces. Spoiler alert for next episode, something sold this morning from my flax haul. So you'll see that in episode 8. But we do have this amazing flax piece. I love the pattern on this. I don't often find patterned flax pieces, and I think this is very cute. So we have the flax tag there. Really nice. And then it says 1G, so I'm assuming that's a 1X. 1 grande is probably what it means. So yeah, 1X. But it has little buttons all the way down the front. This is a really beautiful blouse, and I just think it's an incredible quality. I love flax. And this was what, $6.99. Made in USA of imported fabric, 100% linen. So 100% linen blouse for $6.99 is a steal just any day. But flax blouses like this retail for over $100, probably closer to $200. So again, steal of a deal for $6.99. I was happy to pay that price. And then I mentioned the Eileen Fisher piece I found as well to you guys. It's this glorious purple color. How cute is that? And this also, I believe, is 100% linen. This is from Eileen Fisher in a size extra large. Again, has the buttons down the front. And it does look a little wrinkly right now. There's not much I'm gonna be able to do about how wrinkly everything is because, you know, I'm in the middle of moving and my life is to the wind at the moment, but this is 100% Irish linen, so it looks really cute. So I'll just picture it as it is and hope for the best. I would normally like to steam this or something, but I'm working with very limited reselling tools right now. So once I get back into a normal routine, a normal home situation, I think we'll be doing better. But that is what I'm going to do right now. And a lot of people have asked me for a video talking about my listing process and how I picture things. So maybe I'll do that in the future. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in seeing. But this piece, another exciting find, is this little packed cardigan. And it's just, I think, a little cotton cardigan. It's a gorgeous color. It's kind of this like taupey, grayish purple color. Has the pockets on the front. It's a size extra small / small. But Pact is one of those brands that I see sold at like Whole Foods and places like that, where it's really usually like focused on like organic things. And it is pretty pricey too. And I was looking at comps and it looked like these were reselling for around $35–40. So for $6.99, again, I thought I would grab her. And she's made of 100% organic cotton. So I do feel like that is a really cute piece, especially for fall and winter. We're in the right season for sure. Now let's talk about some of the shoes I grabbed. Because I did end up grabbing both of the Gola shoes. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it. Probably Gola, Gola. And one pair was marked and one pair wasn't. So I got these for $6.99 and I got these for $5.99, which I feel like is a great price for shoes. So I am willing to pay $6 for a pair of shoes for sure. And the funny thing is, this pair over here, the one that was cheaper, I did a reverse image search and these were actually sold at Anthropologie. So that explains why they're so cute. They have calf hair. It's kind of like a polka dot calf hair all along there. And then these ones are more of like a metallic silver with brown and white. And both of these I think should resell for around maybe $35, $40 maybe. I'll probably list around 40 and then hope to make 35 or so. But I mean, for $6.99, I thought that was a worthwhile flip. A lot of times when I'm at the thrift store, what I'm aiming for in profit is around $30. Like if something I can resell it for $20, I don't normally pick it up, even though I know I can make $10, $15. Just for what I want to do with my business, I find it to be more worthwhile to do things at a little bit of a higher price that they'll sell for, and that is just what works for me. But I know everybody's different. Maybe you have the capacity to list hundreds of items. I don't. I know I don't. And so because of that, I know I need to find fewer pieces that are worth more money just for what I can handle in my own business. But that doesn't mean that there's so many pieces today that I could have picked up for a $20 profit that I just didn't. But maybe you learned a few of those pieces too, and it will work for your business. I hope so. And then I did grab these Donald Pliner shoes. I ended up putting back the Eileen Fisher heels because when I looked them up, they looked like they would only resell for around $35, $40, and they were $12.99 compared to these should sell for around the same price, like maybe $40. But these were only $5.99. So I decided to leave those behind because I found so many beautiful, amazing shoes. And these are so cute. I love the details going on in them. It has this kind of like metallic inlay within the fabric. It's gorgeous. And then it has this kind of like a little roping detail around the whole opening as well. But these are from Donald Pliner. Love myself some Donald Pliner. I've sold a lot of Donald Pliner in my day, and they're in a size 8, and they are real leather, and they're gorgeous. They're in great condition. And these, again, were not marked, so $5.99 for these, and these should sell for, I'm assuming, like $40, which I think is great. And then one of the best things I found today was for sure this pair of sneakers. You guys saw me find these. Never have I ever heard of these, but my golly, these should do well. I'm so jazzed about this. These are a very interesting pair of sneakers, and it was hard to show you in there, but can you see it better maybe from the front? They have a very wavy outline along the edges here, so I knew that they were kind of interesting and really coolly shaped. Like, look how cool that is. And cool and weird is good. These are from MMY, and then they're called the Blakey, which I think is interesting. European 42. I looked these up. I'm gonna have to read you the name because it is, I believe, Japanese. This might be a Japanese designer. They're Mason Mihara Yasuhiro is the designer. MMY is the name. But literally every single pair listed on eBay is listed for $100 or more. A lot of solds at $150, $120, $150, $170, $330. They're pre-owned. That's crazy. $212, $200, $220, $200, $138, $215, $110. So I'm feeling like these were great. For $12.99, heck yes, let's pick them up. I am upset that people get a little bit slap happy with that. People get a little bit trigger happy with Sharpies at my Goodwills. I hate that for me. I am gonna try to get the price tag off of the bottom of these. I know I don't normally do that, but you guys gave me so many great suggestions on how to get the Sharpie off of bottoms. I'm gonna try and see if I have a dry erase marker here somewhere and try that method first. But y'all, did they really have to get some Sharpie on the front of the shoe? Did they have to put silver Sharpie on the front of the shoe? Beggars can't be choosers, I guess. But I mean, we're looking at hopefully selling those for over $100, which I think is great. And I had never heard of that, MMY. But again, you just gotta be curious when you're out in the thrift store, when you're looking about, poking about. You can tell when something's high quality. At least I can tell something's high quality by looking at it. But that's a skill I acquired through many years of doing this. But at least look up things if they're weird looking. If they're weird looking, it's usually like more high fashion, more designer level, and that's what these are for sure. And then I'm glad I filmed that little segment after I'd gone through all the purses. I don't know how I missed this. I literally was looking for Dooney & Bourke purses because I love to sell Dooney & Bourke purses. They do really well for me. This bag, I'm gonna need to try to clean. I'm gonna try some baby wipes, I'm thinking first, because this is patent leather and there are some marks on it, but this is a gorgeous purse. The pink color, super in right now. I also feel like I could probably even put in some keywords in this about like Glenda the Good Witch and Wicked, because it is very Glenda, right? So here we go. We've got a Dooney and Burke logo on the front, beautiful brown leather details, and it has some, again, it has some wear to it, some markings, but I'm hopeful to get out some of them. If not, I still think I can resell it for good money. And the interior, I don't even know if I looked in the interior, but it is clean. It's nice and blue. Now, this is the most expensive thing I bought, but it was well worth it. This was $20, which I am so cheap that is like ridiculous to me, but I also have been buying some Dooney and Burke purses online on Shop Goodwill and spending about 20 bucks because I know they'll resell well. And so I was like, in person, not having to pay shipping, I think it's worth it. For 20 bucks, I do think I can resell this for over $100. So it should be worth it. I should be able to make like $60, $70. So I find that to be a good investment. Definitely better than doing the $12.99 into 30 is doing 20 into over 100. So the straps look to be in really great condition. And that's what I always look for too when I'm looking at Dooney and Burke's or any purse really that has leather. You don't want to see peeling on the straps. You don't want to see anything like that. And this is really, I think, a really cute purse. It's in great shape. If I was in the need of a purse like this, I would have bought it for myself. The $5 thrift challenge, I feel like putting a purse in the mix, I'm excited about that. So what would you guys have done? Would you have picked this up for 20 bucks? I feel like it was worth it, but let me know what you guys would have done. I did leave behind the Doc Martens for 20 bucks, but again, that would have been like 20 bucks into like $40, which again, was definitely not as worth it. Now let's talk about the 3 things I found after I stopped filming. I saw that lady with those nativity blow molds and I was like, okay, I need to do like a little once through. And so I went through the home goods section and I feel like you guys are gonna love this. I think this is so cute. This is a Care Bear mug, which, is he not the cutest little bear you've ever seen in your freaking life? He is the lucky bear. Look at his little heart on his butt. So precious. I am obsessed with it. I need to probably clean it out, but I looked on the bottom too because I was like, is this vintage? Is this modern? This is actually vintage. So Care Bears, and then it says 2003. Right up in here. So 22 years old, dishwasher, microwave safe. It's in great condition. I need to clean him up, but he was $3.99. And I think that I can resell him for like $25, $40, which goes against pretty much everything else I've said in this video, except that I think that he's adorable and I will enjoy selling him versus some other pieces I would just not enjoy selling. So I'm not gonna pick them up. But isn't that so sweet? I love how tall he is. I do feel like one of you guys might actually snatch him up. He's so cool. I'm obsessed. So $3.99. He doesn't look to have anything broken off of him. I just need to give him a little washy wash and I think he'll be better and right as rain, but so cute. So cute for $3.99. Also, it was 100% seniors get half off day. So there's a lot of seniors in there and just me. And I did feel like I was with my people. Like, honestly, I feel like I give old lady energy and I'm happy about that. But did I think about going up to one of them and seeing if maybe they would check out with me so I could get half off? Yes. Did I do it? No, because I have a dignity and a conscience. But it would be nice sometimes to be older. This piece is one of the last 2 things I found while we were looking around the store. I'm gonna make my husband try it on, but it's from Brooks Brothers and it's extra fine Italian merino wool. So it's 100% merino wool, size extra large, gorgeous blue. Is it a full zip? No, it's a quarter zip little sweater. And I checked this thing over. I did not find any holes. It's really nice. $6.99. Might not work for him, but even so, I do think that this should resell for good money, like probably like 30 bucks or so, maybe a little bit less, 25. But I decided to grab it to see if it would fit him because he is going to be heading into the office for the first time in our marriage. We've been married for 5 years and he has always been remote. And so when we move to Detroit, he's gonna have to go into an office in person. That's why we have to move. And so it'll be very interesting to see if that will work for him. And if it doesn't, then I'll resell it. But $6.99 I thought was worthwhile checking it out. And then the last thing I picked up to resell, I did also buy a bag of gummy bears while I was there. I'm not subtracting it from the total because I'm counting it as an expense of this $5 thrift challenge. If you're in a thrift store for 3 hours and you miss lunch and you need a bag of gummy bears, the $5 thrift challenge is just gonna pay for that, okay? But I did buy this coat. Somebody hid this. It was hidden amongst like the men's sweaters and I was like, what's happening here? But I did grab it. I love to sell a jacket. I love to sell a coat. This is a full length, like long little Sherpa jacket. And this is actually from Fabletics, which I looked this up because I never sell Fabletics. I find that it's really oversaturated. There's usually a billion of them at my thrift store, and usually they're marked up, and they also don't sell for a lot of money because there's so much in production. But I grabbed this coat because the comps looked really good. Like, I think that this coat should resell for $50 to $75, maybe even a little bit more. And I was pleasantly surprised that this wasn't really marked up. It was $8.99. So I paid $6.99 for like a tank top if I found one there. But this was $8.99 for a full-on winter Sherpa coat. That's funny. $8.99. I felt like that was a great deal. For a size small, I do think 50 bucks at least for that, hopefully. That's gonna be a little bit hard to take pictures of in my current childhood bedroom instead of my photo taking space in my old house, but what can you do? Okay. So those are all the pieces I picked up. I found a good amount of stuff. I got a purse, I got like 5 pairs of shoes, I got sweaters, I got flags, I got a Reformation dress. It was quite the time. Did you guys enjoy going to the thrift store with me? Please let me know. And I feel like we're doing great. We have $396 or something like that in the challenge bank. I'll put it up on the screen for you. And we're well on our way to our $10,000 goal. Even though I spent over $100 today, we still basically didn't lose any money. And I know for a fact that something I've already sold that I'm gonna be able to add into the $5 thrift challenge here for next episode. So come back next week for the next episode in this challenge as we head for our goal of $10,000. If you've missed any of the episodes, now's the time to catch up. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.